This is Gene DeLisio with a featured sports interview from WDLB and WOSQ. Marathon's Morgan Rachu had an outstanding career with the Marathon High School girls basketball team, scoring 819 points for the Raiders between 2013 and 2016, and helping Marathon reach the WIAA Division IV state tournament as a junior and senior. Morgan then attended UW Marathon County and led the Huskies to the state two-year school championship in 2018. Morgan averaged 38 points per game for the Huskies as a sophomore in 2018 and was named the WCC Player of the Year. After that season, Morgan signed a letter of intent to play Division I college basketball at Iona University in New Rochelle, New York.
I guess just from first season to second season, it's always been a dream to go play Division I basketball, and it finally coming true with sending out emails, sending out highlight films to different colleges, and then finally having a bite from Iona College. It's just really a great experience. And then finally just being able to fly down there for my first time, see the campus, meet the team and coaches. It was just a really great experience, and it's definitely a huge goal I've had. But just everything I've accomplished this year has helped prove to myself and prove to my community that I am capable of taking on a bigger opportunity like this and taking a chance that not many people get.
Well, Morgan, let's go back a few years. You made a decision once you graduated from Marathon High School to play here at UW Marathon County, and most student athletes who make the decision to play on this level do so because they enjoy basketball, want to continue playing the game. Very few use this as kind of a stepping stone to another level of college basketball. You chose to do that. Tell us how you implemented that plan and how you saw that through.
Coming out of high school, coming into college, of course, people come here because they love to play, and I just wanted to continue to feed off of it and then just continue to improve and not settle for anything less than great. I know I'm not a great player, but I also wanted to work as I was like a best player and anything, and just keeping a mindset of wanting to play at a higher level is something that really carried me through these 2 years and made me feel capable of actually obtaining a Division I scholarship.
You, of course, had a great career at Marathon High School. You were a superb player on that level. But tell us how your game has grown from 2 years ago at Marathon High School to where you are today to make yourself a Division I player.
Well, yeah, I definitely wasn't the player I am now in high school. I think in high school I was more of a passer, assister type player like that. Didn't really put up many points in high school, that's for sure. I focused a lot on like defense work and just like rebounding. And coming into my first 2 years of college, I definitely put in the work for shooting. I wanted to be a 1,000-point scorer. It's insane to score 1,000 points in 2 years versus 4 years in high school. And since I did it in 38 games compared to however many games you play in high school, like that's an outrageous amount of points scored in such a small amount of time. And it's just very exciting, and it's something that I take pride in, and it's something that I never thought was possible.
Well, here's a big question for you then. A lot of players who aren't used to scoring points and make that decision, say on the high school level, I'll be the passer or the rebounder, the second or third option. When you come to a place like Marathon County and now you are the main scorer, does that take some getting used to? Did you have to really convince yourself to take that role?
I didn't really have to convince myself. I almost felt comfortable in the position, especially with the team we had. We had such great chemistry. Nobody ever got upset with one another. We were always bonding well, and I guess I didn't even feel like I had a role to score amount of points. I just went out there and did it. It just came naturally, almost like when I scored 51 points in a game one time, and it was such a hidden amount that I had no idea that that's how many I had scored.
Tell us about some things about your game that Iona really likes.
I think they really like how I am an up-pace player. I run the floor. That's what, when I was down there and I scrimmaged with the team, they always wanted to push the ball, and that's something that I felt I fit well with. And also, they really just like my outside shot. I've been working a lot on my three-point game, and that's something that they really want. They want to score, and I think with my average amount of points, that's something that really caught their attention.
Well, tell us how the connection was made. You mentioned you sent out some emails and some videotapes about your game, but tell us about the contact from Iona and how that occurred.
So we ended up sending out highlights and just emails to a bunch of different colleges at the end of our second season, and a couple different schools ended up contacting me or my coach, but then Iona is the one that didn't really ask for any more film other than the highlight film we added into the beginning email, and they just kind of jumped at the opportunity right away. They got on the phone with coach and I talked to all 4 coaches one day, and they're all so welcoming, and they're all like, well, hopefully we'll be seeing you in about a week here on campus. And that just shocked me, because I'm like, okay, this is actually going to happen. And then that night I was planning flights out to New York a week later, and I got to meet them all in person within that next week, and it was just a great experience. And it's a college that they really wanted me there, and that made me feel welcome.
Well, tell us about that visit to Iona and how that went for you.
It was really great. I had a closed tryout with the team, or just me and the coaches, and man, that was hard. It was something I've never been put through before, but it was a great experience. Meeting the team was amazing. The coaches are all welcoming, and the campus was beautiful. I really liked the area. And then finally scrimmaging with some of the team, it was just, I felt like I molded so well with them right away, which is something you don't get very often. But it was a great experience, and I'm glad I'm actually part of their family now.
One thing I have to ask you about is, you mentioned you're scoring like 38 points per game here at Marathon County, but also averaging, I believe, in double figures in rebounding, and you're only about 5'9", I would guess. So how did that occur, and how does that influence Iona's decision to pursue you?
I think although I'm scoring a certain amount, and although I'm rebounding a certain amount, I think it's also my personality that draws their attention. I'm easy to talk to. I always have a smile, and a lot of people say that my smile is contagious. So that just made, I feel like my personality had a big jump at what they were trying to mold with their team. You can't have a player come in and be like straight-faced, not talk to anybody, and expect them to mesh well with your team when you have somebody else coming in. Like, of course, scoring and rebounding helps and everything, but with that, you need to be able to talk with the team and just be able to express your feelings with the team. Well,
I'm sure you've studied Iona basketball. Tell us about the program and where you might fit in.
Last year, the team did not do so well. They had a really poor record, but they're trying to rebuild off of that and create a team that, I think in their 2015 season, they actually won a national championship, and they actually did quite well. So right now they're just rebuilding, and just with me coming in as a junior, I feel like I'm going to take a leadership role. I'm one of the older girls coming in, and I guess just taking that leadership role, I'll be able to maybe take a shooting guard aspect, and I think that's what they really want me for, just to be able to make shots when they need them, and just, I guess, play the game that I've always played.
Well, tell us about playing here at Marathon County and the coaching staff and what they've done for you.
Oh, they've done so much. The coaching staff, just everybody, Coach DeBerg, Coach Gibbs, all my teammates, family, friends, supporters, they've all helped me just gain confidence and keep the positivity that I have, and just keep playing the game I love, because the way I come into a game, I'm just I'm here to play. I'm going to do my thing, and hopefully it all works out for me, and so far it has. So I guess just having everybody's support really means a lot.
As we mentioned, you had a great career at Marathon High School as well. Can you reflect on those years and Coach Schneider and how that prepared you as well?
Coach Schneider did a great job at preparing me for this next level. I guess, like I said, I never really thought I'd be where I am today, but just in high school, I learned how to I guess high school really helped me develop my personality that I have today too, and helped me just get the basis of what I really need to understand in basketball. And having Coach Schneider along the way, he really just engraved in my head that if you work hard, anything's possible. And I guess that's really helped me and stayed with me this entire time, that if I just keep working for something I love, then anything's possible.
And how about your studies at Iona?
Studies at Iona, I'll be majoring in biology with a concentration in zoology and environmental science, and it's something I'm really excited for because I'm a big science person.
And as we mentioned earlier, you're going to go to Iona, which is just outside of New York City, a very different atmosphere than central Wisconsin. Tell us about that part of the job.
It's super exciting. I mean, New Rochelle isn't quite like the big city, so it's nice. It's in a very nice area where it almost doesn't seem like I'm even close to New York City, which is super nice as well. Actually, when I was there, it kind of reminded me of like a Wausau atmosphere, although they're big houses, like way more traffic, of course. But I don't know, I felt comfortable. I almost felt like I was home, but of course it's way farther away.
Marathon's Morgan Rachu, who announced in the spring of 2018 that she would play Division I college basketball at Iona University in New Rochelle, New York. This is Gene DeLisio for WDLB and WOSQ Sports.